were talking about like sourcing Amazon and all. I know that we haven't talked about ScoutIQ quite yet, and it's a product for the BMVD category, right? And when it comes
Yes.
to scaling that process, because it's quite different from the other products, like what would
Yeah.
be the best approach for someone that wants to scale?
So with Scout IQ, you're not automating in the same way that you are with Tactical Arbitrage, Inventory Lab, and Smart Repricer, because with Scout IQ, you have your cell phone, you have the Scout IQ uploaded, and you're actually going to physical locations, thrift stores, estate sales, yard sales, things like that. And so you're not going to have, an AI robot go out and source for you. But what you might do is have a business partner, a spouse, college student who's home for the summer and they have free time on their hands. They can become your team members. So if you're a smaller operation, you can, just have a family friend, just like I said, your child that's home from college, your spouse, scouting when you don't have time. And you can utilize team modes to do that. The great thing about that is they don't have to have their own Amazon Pro Seller account to be a team member on your account. If you add them as a secondary user, they access your Amazon Pro Seller account and they can go out and scan on your behalf.
Oh, that's really
And the
nice. So you don't have to have like if you're having 10 people source for you, you don't have to set up 10 different accounts for
Nope,
them.
just
That
one
sounds like a
Amazon
pain
Pro
in the
Seller
ass.
account. Yep.
Yeah.
And you can basically set each person up as either an org admin. So hypothetically, say it's your spouse, your business partner. They're an org admin with you. They're an organizational admin. They have full access to everything you have access to. They have all the same permissions. They can see your profits. They can see the back end of your account. Or you can set them up as a regular user where they are just going out. They're not necessarily having the same insights to your business. This gets really helpful if you're looking at hiring extra scouts for you. Maybe you are just hiring someone to go out, pay a flat hourly rate. You tell them you have X amount of dollars to spend on sourcing. Don't buy anything unless the profit or our ROI is this amount. And basically, what we have is we have a mode called hidden mode for those users. So they're not seeing your profits. They don't know whether or not the book is, a $30 profit or a $2 profit. So you don't have to risk a paid scout, deciding to profit themselves with that item. But they are just getting the red recommendation or the green recommendation, letting them know whether or not they should buy this item on your behalf. And with our Scout IQ 2 app, we now have the ability for secondary users to add the buy cost. So buy cost is being factored into that profit number, and they're just purchasing based on those recommendations in the app. For them, it's a very simple job. They're just going to the thrift store and scanning, scanning, scanning. If it flashes green, they put it in the cart. We also have features so that with our custom trigger sets, you can set a trigger that is for each specific team member or, each particular store that they might be going to. Maybe you have a thrift store for each individual location, but you have the ability as an org admin to assign a specific trigger to that specific scout or location that you're sending them. And then we also have a commission display if you are using paid scouts. So again, it's not really automating per se. It's actually growing your business in that way that maybe you want to become, a small-time employer. You're actually paying scouts to go out on your behalf. You're managing your business. You're working on the other aspects of your business, or like Honor said, you're going fishing, you're enjoying more leisure time, but your business is still working for you while you are off.
Or
Um,
you can fish while your kid is home for the summer and make them source for you.
Sounds like the perfect
The
deal.
vacation. The
Yeah.
Yeah.
parents also need
Yeah.
vacation.
Now it's time for them to take care of you, right?
100% agree.
That's why we
Yeah.
have a Home Alone
And
movie.
Monica, can you set up like different triggers for each user?
Yes. So like I was saying, you can basically create a trigger set for each individual secondary user that you have or different scenarios. Like if you only want them sourcing for CDs that day or only video games that day, you can create a specific trigger set for not like you can get as granular and detailed as you want. So it can be, I have a trigger set that is designed for this profit amount for this scout for this location and for this type of product. And it can be a very honed in trigger, or it can be a broader trigger set that's all encompassing where they're not having to switch anything. They just go out. They don't know even what trigger set they're using because you've assigned that on the back end. And now you just say, hey, let me know when you get to such and such store, and you change the trigger set on the back end without them even knowing. All of that changes on the web portal. Whatever you change on the web portal automatically goes right through to their phone without any, extra connection or anything like that needed.
Just like Gandalf said, keep it secret, keep it safe, to like
Absolutely.
like
Yeah.
that's
You want
like
to
what you're
keep
doing
those
with
profit
both.
numbers to be your business only.
Yeah. Sorry, I just showed
That's
my nerdiness
amazing.
with quoting Lord of the Rings. So
You're in good company.